The Atari Creep YouTube channel is intended for a mature audience. Regardless of the subject matter, this video may contain strong language, simulated violence, and psychological nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. What's up, creepers and geekers? Chris, the Atari Creep. How is everyone doing today? Just savers yesterday, just for shits and giggles. Kind of like a mental health day, if you will. I love going to thrift stores, though we don't have many around here. And this was there. This was there in the back corner on a shelf. And it's funny, there was a gentleman straight in front of it, and he started walking towards it. And I'm walking over real fast. And I'm like, please don't be going for the guitar. And he's like, no, I want the shelf that's underneath that here. And he handed me the guitar. And in fact, he tried to point out another one. It turned out to be one of those paper jams. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know why I'm documenting this for the Atari Creep YouTube channel. I just thought it would be cool, at least just for me, to document this. I'm real curious about what's underneath this. Let's back up a little bit. The guitar was only $20.99. I think after taxes, I ended up paying. Oh, the receipt is still right here. $22.30. Hopefully that'll focus. There we go. For any string instrument that would work, it's worth it. I think even if it doesn't work, as long as the structure's there, actually. That's what I meant to say. So right off the bat, the first thing I'm thinking this is one of those like Tesco style guitars. I think this is a 60s, early 70s, one of those beginner guitars. If you know anything from the guitar world here, let me just shift this a little bit. You know what Tesco is. There was an influx of Japanese cheap guitars. I call them hardware store guitars because a lot of people used to get them at hardware stores. You can get them at Sears and get them all kinds of places. It was just a weird influx of guitars and basses that would come out, and they were made in Japan, and they were built well, but they were cheaper guitars, and they're actually very highly collectible today. Not expensive to collect in comparison to, say, vintage Gibsons and Fenders and the like, but I'm suspecting this is one of those things. At first I thought it was a project, a home project, but the more I looked at this pickguard, the more I said, no, I think this is like a Tesco thing. Maybe not that exact brand. I mean, there were so many guitars that came out of those factories with different brands. Some had no brand whatsoever, but they're all basically Tesco guitars, okay? But I can tell right away this bridge is not the original bridge. There are a few things over here that indicate, or maybe there was an ashtray kind of thing over it. I don't know. But if you look real closely where the strings were, where the ball ends were, they're digging into the wood. Now, I mean, it's very possible that was part of the design when it came out of the factory. Again, these were for beginners, so they didn't pay. I mean, I hate to say they made them cheaply, because they didn't. They didn't. But there was some attention to detail that wasn't there. So, I mean, quality varied all over the place. These pickups are not the original. The original, obviously, with these holes here, would have screws here. And I don't believe there would be an adjustment. There would be no adjustment to them. And it was either one row of coils, a single coil on both sides, or it was like a gold foil pickup. So throughout the years, this thing has been probably pulled apart a bajillion times. And the only reason I'm saying that is because there is nothing on here that has the same two kind of fucking screws. There's 2 or 3 different screws holding the pick guard down. I'd say the pickups have the same screw, just some are a little bit more worn. This bridge definitely doesn't have the same screws. You got a couple Phillips, you got a couple of flatheads. But I don't know. I'm going to open up this pick guard. As soon as I get the screws out, I'll lift it up on camera, and we'll explore what's in here together. So just to prove my point even further, I mean, some of the screws aren't even the same length. These are all junk. Some of them I had to really work to get out because they were stripped. So I'm going to swap this over to a flathead, because we have 2 flathead screws here, which I think would be period correct, if I'm not mistaken. But, I mean, for all I know, this thing was made in the basement of someone's house using a neck from something else. The body could not be original. I don't know, to be perfectly honest with you. And what I'm going to do with this thing, I don't know. My original idea was just to find original style pickups, even if I went to Guitar Fetish and they don't have bass specific. That's why I hate flatheads and projects like this. bass specific pickups, but they do have gold foil pickups that would go on this pickguard. There were thumb and finger rests here. Probably just 3D print those or carve them out of wood if I do it. But I'm really more interested in these pickups. I would really rather just put these in something that's a 6-string, a regular guitar, just to give it a little bit of a, whatever, but replace the pickups with something that would be more correct to this. Why won't it come up now? There we go. It was just gooped. Look at this. Wowee. Wow. And you're wondering why I say wow. Because I thought this was going to be a swimming pool route. I don't know what else to think. I haven't even done a tap test on this. I don't know if this would even work. I don't know if this would even make noise. I should have done that before I took the strings off. I took the strings off. That was pretty much the only thing I had done before hitting record on the button. But it looks like we spliced in over here. We spliced in over here 500K, no. Yeah, 500K pots. Who knows? All right, so let's do this. Let me get my little mini amp. I got this cool little thin amp. It's literally called that, the thin amp. I'll plug that in and we'll do a tap test to see if the pickups even work. It's kind of backwards. It's kind of a backwards job I just did there, but oh, I see why. This is really tight inside this cavity. So I'm almost willing to bet that's probably not original either. Who knows what is? Who knows what isn't? Tell me this thing ain't cool. I got this for 20 bucks. It's awesome. It can run off of a car. I have an adapter for a car, cigarette lighter or auxiliary, whatever they call them now. Or battery. I don't have the battery pack. Or of course you can just plug it into the wall. It's a really great amp. It's a modeling amp. Yeah, it's a fun little amp to have around. All right, the amp is on, and we're getting some grounding issues, which I was to expect anyway. This fucking thing's a basket case. Not as bad as it could be. So I get this all the way over here. Turn the volume up. It's getting something. Okay, no, we got some wiring issues here. What? I don't know. So let's do this. Where are we at? We're in the middle. Let's see what might be causing these issues. Oh, it could be just this cable. We're getting something here. I don't think this would make noise though if there were strings on it. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to think here. Let me just make sure it isn't the cable. Let me grab a guitar. Ooh. It very well could be the cable. No, we're good. We're good there. All right, so looking at this mess, look at this mess. God damn. I hope this is good. I really do, because I really dig that aesthetic. I mean, you can still find them today. But I don't know. What do you think we should do with this thing? I definitely want to pull the bridge off. I'm actually thinking about going for a nice 50s, 60s vibe. Just kind of a surf kind of, very sparkly in your fucking face. I really like to put these in a guitar though. I don't know. I kind of wish I had left the strings on it so I can test it that way properly. That could also be part of the grounding issue, but it wasn't making any sound. There's a lot of tape here. A lot of ugly solder joints. It's just ugly all around. Little mini 500K pots. I don't know if these are humbuckers. I doubt it. They're probably just single coils, but we'll figure that out when we figure that out. You know what? Let's figure it out right now. God, I love doing this shit. I really do. I genuinely enjoy this. All right, those are the same. Oh, God. Oh, no, there's two coils in there. It's a little mini humbucker. That's pretty rad. Oh, you see what we got here? You see what we got here? I can eliminate this altogether and just rewire it. I just got to remember which one's ground. Or it'll just reverse the polarity. But I'll put a G on the side that there's a ground in marker. As long as the coil's fine. I mean, the coils themselves are real small. Like a normal single coil or humbucker coil would be about like that big. These are like that. This is pretty interesting. I dig this. These, I think, will clean up and polish nicely. I don't know. Maybe make a pick guard for these and just leave them in here. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this thing. I want you to let me know what you think I should do with this thing. But for now, I'm just going to pull the entire thing apart and just do something with the body. The only problem I'm truly having... Oh, I didn't even show you the neck. Yeah, that's the headstock. Maybe if I carefully sand that, I'll get to some kind of branding. But the back of the neck has been hit with this paint too. And it's actually not bad. I just don't know if I want to keep the thing red. So if I change the body color, the neck color has to get changed too. So these would typically have some kind of a sunburst finish. And that proves it right there. This is the base plate for the pickup. I was glad to find that because I didn't want to lose this bushing. And the bushing is part of this whole deal. This just keeps getting better. Here's a question, will the truss rod be any good? I mean, it has... The relief on it was alright. It really wasn't all that bad. Is there even one in there? Oh, there is. It looks like it might have some life to it. So let's play the game. Shim or no shims? I'm going to guess no shim. And these bolts are definitely getting replaced. Short. I guess they would have to be the body short. Or thin, I should say. If you use a standard one, it would go right through the friggin' neck. Go right through the neck. I don't know. What should we do with this? Comment down below. I'm surprised I got a grip on that. I thought I was going to have to use the old rubber band trick where you lay the rubber band in there so it'll grip and you press down as hard as you can. That works surprisingly very well. Very well. Alright. So let's see if we can't... Okay, good. That might have to be replaced too. So let's find out. Do we have a shim in here or not? I'll hold this. Is it in camera? Okay. No. Yes, there's a shim. God damn it. And it's a boy shim. We just assumed this guitar's pronoun. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Yes, I did. Fuck that. I meant to say it 100%. There's a little void here. Let's see what's inside of there. Oh, just the block end of the... this is an old school truss rod. Wow. Very cool. So it looks to be a solid piece of wood. I don't think it's plywood. So let's put the neck aside. Take the bridge off. First screw I took out of the bridge. I don't know how the hell that was holding it. Hopefully the rest of these are... I mean, I'm replacing these as well, but... I mean, I guess you don't really need to go too deep. I suppose. I would think they'd be a little more substantial than that. But there's probably a good chance we're going to replace this bridge anyway. I don't want to sink too much money into this guitar, but I can almost guarantee that this bridge is an original. Only because of the wear in here. I mean, there's literal holes where they had to chisel out so that they could get the ball into the strings to go on this guitar properly. So, seeing these snake bite holes, not true snake bites, but yeah, it leads me to believe that the bridge on this has been replaced along with the pickups. Now, how cool would it be? Because this is definitely a paint job from a rattle can. How cool would it be though if this guitar's life? I gotta swap this out to a flathead. Someone found this in the trash or at a yard sale cheap that wasn't working. So they just threw some parts at it, and it probably played for a little while. Maybe they gigged with it. Maybe it just sat in a closet. It'd be nice if it was a story like that. I mean, no way to know unless the owner like that just pulled right out. I didn't even have to unscrew it. That's gross. That's gross. So there's nothing surprising under here at all. But how cool would it be if this is a grounding wire, which I want to get out of there. I'm going to put a better one in there. It's stuck to the friggin' paint. Oh well. Oh no, that's just where the paint was. Okay. Crap wire. But how cool would it be if this guitar had that kind of a light? Yeah, there we go. Let's get everything bagged up. Oh, I gotta take the strap buttons off. So I'm just gonna bag this stuff up the best I can. I'm just gonna literally I'm not keeping any of these electronics anyway, but I will hang on to them for now for reference. 500K pots. I don't know. I haven't done much work on bass guitars, so I don't know if that's proper. Like no washers. Not a fucking washer to be had. But I'm going to keep certain things here so I can reference them later. Like what size screws to get for this and that and the other thing. I'll keep one of the deck plate screws so I can try to find something that's equivalent to it. If not, pretty damn close. Oh, there's a washer underneath. There's a washer underneath. I know what you're all saying. Why don't you just use because I don't want to. I don't want to get them. Okay? Leave me alone. I just want to get this the fuck off. I know what you're thinking. Why did you bring pliers out? Because it's just easier. It was right there. I don't want to get my socket set out, alright? There. How hard was that? How hard was that? Yeah, these electronics are junk. They're not staying. They are not staying. I wish I had played this with the strings on, but I cut them, so it's not like I could have just put one back on just to test it for shits and giggles. There was no shits nor giggles happening here, okay? I don't want to call this guitar neglected or abused. It doesn't appear to be abused or neglected. We'll hang on to that for now. So let's do this. Let me put the bridge in a baggie with one of its screws. I'm going to clean this up, and maybe I can offer it up to someone. Maybe trade. I don't know. We'll see. I'll put one actual screw in with it. The rest of them, we're going to go into the garbage. Truss rod cover, I'll leave the screws on it. They'll probably poke through and stab me. We're going to keep one of these, not the flathead. I'm going to keep one of these pickguard screws. Keep grabbing the fucking flatheads. What the hell? Let me find one that has a decent head to it. They're all pretty much the same. That'll protect that. Really neat pickguard. Really neat pickguard. Probably put mini actual humbuckers in there. Block these holes off with some resin. So many possibilities. I mean, we're never going to get it back to factory. I can tell you that fucking much. Alright, let me keep the best of the... I don't even think these were the same size. Oh, they are. They are. Never mind. I'll shut my mouth. So, we're going to keep this just for now. Tape it up so it doesn't go anywhere. Put that in there too. We're going to give the pickups their own little baggie. Their own little snaggy baggie. I did mark which one was in the bridge position, which one was in the neck position. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it to a multimeter and see what the resistance is. And I'll go by that. The hotter one I'll put, of course, back in the bridge. There's the nut. It's the nut. And the rest of these screws are going to go into a box somewhere. You know what? I'll hang on to these again for reference later. There you go. Oh, strap buttons. Strap buttons. So what do we got here? Do we have Phillips? Or do we have flathead? Or do we have one of each? Oh, no. There's not one of each. They're somewhat consistent. We're going to be plugging a shit ton of holes. Alright, you know what? We're going to tape them together. So I'm going to leave the tuners on the neck. I'm going to focus on the body first. I don't know what I'm going to do about all that red paint. I don't know if it's paint or if it's stain. It doesn't look like the same thing that they used here. It doesn't look like rattle can. It could be just real thin. And then they just used some steel wool to thin it out even more. I don't know. But you know what? You know what I do know? I don't know what this is. This was part of the, this was Shimming, the neck pickup. You recognize that? Find this box for me somewhere. I'll get you some pins. I'll put that in there anyway. So I do know that I would like you to tell me what you think I should do with this. What would your vision for this bass guitar be? Keep the pickups, find ones that'll fit the pick guard. Should I just trash it? Should I use it as a wall ornament? I don't know. I think it's better than that. I think it's structurally it's fine. The neck is nice. It's got a nice. I'm going to assume it's rosewood, given the time period. It's probably Indian rosewood. It's a really nice slab. It just needs cleaning. There's no divots in the wood at all. The frets, they're fretless wonders, real thin, like from the time period. But I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. 100%. We're gonna check and see if the truss rod works when we finally start leveling and crowning these frets. But yeah, I mean the fret ends are really nice. No sprout, no sharp stuff. So I have guitars that play that have sharper fret ends than this thing. I think this will be a great playing bass for somebody when I get done with it. Maybe I'll hang on to it. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it for one of the girls. So go ahead and leave your feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback to the Creep is positive. Seriously, I want to know. I want to know what you would do with this thing. Finish-wise and what have you. Pickups. Should I go retro? Should I go modern? Should I go metal? Should I go surf? Should I just fucking go to the garbage? I don't know. You tell me. Thanks always so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys. And, yeah, until next time, I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Take care. Creep it real. Bye-bye.